everyone, and welcome to another episode of Not Just a Pretty Face. And in today's episode, we are talking about the strategy behind underlisting and what this actually means to buyers and to sellers, because we get it all the time. People don't understand that list price is a mirage. It's not market value, and there's always a lot of questions and concerns. So we're here to break it down.
Totally. Actually, I just got a phone call today. We're listing a property on 1456 Mullins, and someone said it's beautiful, right? And it's listed for $849.9. And someone said, well, what's it really gonna go for? I'm like, market value. They're like, well, why can't it just be listed at what the sellers want? So we're here to break it down.
Let's do it. Underlisting a property and having a set time and date for reviewing offers is the current real estate craze. It's what's happening in not just Ontario, but a lot of parts throughout Canada. And that's what a lot of real estate agents are doing to get top dollar for their house. So people wonder, okay, what does this mean for the buyer and the seller? So let's get into it. You see a property, let's say listed for $399,900, $400,000. It ends up selling for $600,000. It went $200,000 over asking price. It did. But a lot of people don't understand that listing it, what it's listed at 400 is not market value. It's below market value. So we need to take away a few things from the scenario. The first one is the difference between list price and market value, and then the strategy behind underlisting properties when they hit the market.
List price is not the same as market value. It's actually going to be below market value in most circumstances. Market value is what a property is worth in the open market and what an educated buyer is willing to pay for that property. So pricing a property below market value attracts buyers into the home, amps up the competition, and we usually like to list properties 5 to 10% below market value. We call this a hot list price. Again, it brings buyers through the home and it attracts them more, amping up the projected sale price, which makes our sellers happy. So pricing your home aggressively works great for the seller in multiple scenarios. And one is in a seller's market, which we obviously are in right now.
Oh, we sure are.
It's when inventory is less than the hyped up demand. So you want to drive that competition into your property. So usually that means pricing your home aggressively.
Very aggressively. And then the second strategy a lot of people use is they have to move quick. You need the home off the market because you're going to your next house or moving away, and how you do that is pricing aggressively, aka underlisting a property. So in turn, these are the reasons that we underlist properties, and probably what you see most, whether you're on Realtor.ca, you go through houses, you have a buyer's agent, what have you. When you see list price, it's a mirage, and now you kind of understand why that occurs. At the end of the day, it's a strategy for the seller to get them top dollar. So I'm gonna ask you, if I was listing your house and told you this is the strategy you're gonna do because you're gonna get more money, you would want me to do that for you, right?
Absolutely.
See, you would wanna do it for yourself. Underlisting gets results. So now we talked about underlisting property on the selling end. Now we deal with a lot of buyers, right? And they always say, okay, it's listed at this. What is it projected to go for? Simply put, don't look at the asking price, aka list price.
Right, look at the comparables in the area. That's our job to kind of healthily determine what we think it might go for, at least give a better range, right? So you're not discouraged. But yeah, never really look at the list price.
So a great example of underlisting and knowing market value is we listed a property in the beginning of the year, and we determined that the market value would be around that $280,000 mark, give or take.
Give or take, for sure. But we didn't want to expose our cards and say this is what we want. Obviously, we wanted more for the sellers to have in their pocket as they move toward their next home. So we underlisted. We listed at $219,900. Got a lot of showings, a lot of action, a lot of offers that translated to a sale price a little bit more than $326,000.
So a lot of people say, oh my gosh, it went $100,000 over ask, that's crazy. When it really went about maybe $50,000 over market value, which is still a lot of money, but it's not as much as $100,000. So that's a little example there of how it works and how it works for the seller and how it translates to the buyer. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, always feel free to DM us, message us, always here to answer, and thank you again. not just a pretty face.